All right, so what is your name?
My name is Debbie Spanka, and I'm the Public Information Officer for Bluffton, South Carolina.
All right, and tell me a little bit about Bluffton.
Well, Bluffton is a wonderful, unique town. It's kind of like, it is a town that you will probably not find in many places in the United States anymore. It is warm, it is friendly, it has an extremely high quality of life, it has beautiful surroundings, an incredible environment, subtropical temperatures, and a lot of fun, hilarious people.
All right, now we were told something about you have the last oyster shucking plant in the United States, or is it South Carolina?
South Carolina.
South Carolina?
Bluffton, South Carolina is one of the last coastal village towns in the United States. So let's take it, I'm going to tell you about a little bit of history, and then we'll go about the shucking house. The reasons why people come here now are the reasons why people were here in the 1800s. Access to waterways, natural resources, great lifestyle, summer breeze, and again, great people. But because of that, or you know, throughout the years, we have an oyster shucking house, the last one in the state, and because the May River produces oysters, shrimp, fish, they're right on the edge of the May River, so the oysters come in and they shuck them, and then they sell them. And that is the last oyster shucking house in the state.
And
it hasn't changed since the beginning of when it started, way back when. I don't have that exact date.
All right. Now, when we were walking, I thought I glanced at a sign that said something about the town had burned down at one time or something. What happened there?
I believe it was 1863, in the Civil War days. We had the burning of Bluffton. So it was nearly the entire town that burned.
Okay. And what happened there? Do you know? Like what?
Civil War
activity.
Civil War?
Yeah.
Okay. So the Union soldiers came and took that.
All right, and tell us this. Scott and I are going to try to find someplace different to eat in the town. So where would you recommend? We want something that we couldn't get in Ohio. We want something that's only known for Bluffton. So.
Okay. What you want is something called shrimp gumbo.
Okay.
What that is, or shrimp gumbo, or low country boil. Low country boil is shrimp, sausage, corn, and potatoes. Very simple, but a dish very particular to this area.
Very good. And are you from this area?
I'm not from this area. I'm from Washington, D.C., so I went from hell to heaven, and I've been here 17 years, so I have been fully initiated.
All right. Well, we thank you for giving us a little information about your town, and it's a beautiful town, what we've seen so far.
It is a beautiful town, and I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you guys are safe.
Thank you.
Safe on the way back.
Yes, thank you. I'm telling you, when we first drove in, it seems like you stepped back in time when you were looking at the buildings.
And I appreciate you mentioning that, because Old Town, the 1 square mile where you see a lot of historic buildings, basically is the same town that it was in the 1800s. So that has been preserved, and that again is another very unique feature about Bluffton, because in many towns you'll have a preserved building, a preserved site, an historic structure of some kind. But we basically have an entire town that has been preserved within our town. It was just 15 years ago that Bluffton went from 1 square mile, which is now Old Town, the preserved Old Town, to 54 square miles.
Oh, wow.
So we are the 5th largest town in South Carolina in landmass, because we annexed a tremendous amount of property. But it was just in the recent years, last 15 years, that we went from 1 square mile to 54. And the Old Town that you just mentioned is what was in the 1800s. So we have been very successful in preserving a town. When you walk down those streets, you can imagine someone walking there 100 plus years ago, and they're walking on the same streets, going to the same kind of stores. So it's, even though you're doing it in modern times, it really hasn't changed that much. It is a gym.
I can't wait. That's where we're heading next, is we want to go through and check out Old Town. So thank you so much.
Hey, thank you, Buck.